thanks for joining me with Singing Along with Grandpa, and it's really a privilege to have you with me tonight. It's really fall. Had a good day today at work. Got home fairly early, and everything was a success. And it's kind of nice to have a really good day and things go well. It's about 56 degrees at supper time, and I guess that means fall's coming. So here we are, my friend. I want to keep moving a little bit as we head towards Christmas music, but I want to keep singing from the little songbook that I showed you that I'm using. It's called Songs the American People Love to Sing, and I've just kind of gotten started in this, and I'm doing this for me, actually, to challenge me to do a little something different. I hope to be able to put together a special program for the nursing home with some of the songs that I don't normally sing because it's not church music. But anyway, this song sets us up, and the songs that we started singing were songs that we brought with us when we came across the water. Last time we talked about the Old Hundredth, which was a song that was brought over on the Mayflower, and this is a song from England. We don't know exactly, nobody knows exactly what it's about, but they say it's about unrequited love, Henry VIII to Anne Boleyn. But anyway, I'm going to sing it just because I think it's cute, and I'm going to set it over to the song that sets us up for the Christmas season. Let me just do a little one verse of it. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, and I have loved you so long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves? What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthem sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. This is to bring him love, the babe, the Son of Mary. Let me just say that's a lot better song than the Unrequited Love of a King. This is the love of a king. My life in such mean estate, where odds and odds are feeding, the Christian thing for sinners here is silent His praise. Nail spears have pierced him through. The cross we bore for me, for you. Hail, hail, the Word made flesh, the babe, the Son of Mary. Our text today is from Psalm 84, and I remember Reverend Jesse Roop giving me an album that was cut from the psalm from the National Quartet Convention. Hovey Lester was a Baptist pastor that played the piano for the Statesman Quartet, and he is quite an interesting preacher, and he preached on this text. Well, I'm not going to go to that album. I don't even know if I can find it, or even if I still have it. It might be in my stack of stuff somewhere or another. But anyway, I want to depend a little bit on C.S. Lewis, and right now I'm trying to give us a flavor of what some of these great minds, how they might have looked at and said about some of these texts. And so here we are, Psalm 84, the house of the soul. That's the name of this little talk. And it's taken from Psalm 84. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of heaven's armies. I long, yes, I faint with longing to enter the courts of the Lord. With my whole being, body and soul, I shout joyfully to the living God. There is a particular ache that haunts the human soul, a homesickness for a place we know, but no one we only had glimpses of it in shadows. The psalmist speaks of this aching. He says, my soul longs, yea, faints. That's more than a poetical flourish. It's a cry of a creature who has tasted the sweetness of the presence of God and now walks in the dust of exile. C.S. Lewis, in one of his books, I don't remember which, he said, if I find myself desirous which nothing in this world can satisfy, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. So Psalm 84 is kind of the anthem of another worldly desire. The courts of the Lord are not merely architectural. They're the soul's habit. That's where we live, the habitation. The psalmist is not pining for a building, but for the presence of God. And we see that in the next verses as he talks about the sparrow. The sparrow finds a home, and the swallows build her nest and raises her young at a place near your altar, O Lord. O Lord of heaven's army, my God and King, what joy for those who live in your house, always singing your praises. And I have the unfortunate experience of having to tell people, no, I can't remove those birds from your chimney because they are a protected species. It's amazing how these little chimney swifts, those chimney swallows can go and make this particular glue, and they take these little sticks and glue it all together, and they build them a little house inside somebody's chimney, usually down in the smoke chamber. Once it tapers back towards the grate, towards the damper, there they build their house. It's just about like a little small teacup, and there they raise the young, and the barn swallows do that on barns. And this is what the psalmist is seeing. He's seeing those little birds up around the altar, up near where God's presence is experienced, and he's wishing he could be like them, could stay forever in the presence of God. You see, they're near the altar, and this is it's a divine irony, actually. Kings and philosophers, they wander far from God's presence, but the little sparrow finds a house. And perhaps we too must learn to nest, to abide in the presence of God, not by merit, but by God's mercy, allowing us to be there. And then we move quickly to Psalm because this is one of the pilgrim psalms that they probably were meant to sing on the way to worship as they would go from where they lived out in the countryside to the holy city, Mount Zion, and there where the temple was erected, and there the little swallows would be making nests, and the chimney swifts or the barn swallows would be building their houses on the sides of the building. What joy! He's talking about the people that are going there now. What joy for those whose strength comes from the Lord, who set their mind on pilgrimage in Jerusalem. They'll walk through the valley of weeping, and it becomes a place of refreshing springs. The autumn rain will close it with blessings. They'll continue to grow stronger and stronger, and each of them will appear before God in Jerusalem. You see, life is a pilgrimage, a journey from the shadowlands that we live in towards the real country. In the valley of Baca, a place of weeping, is not avoided, but it's to be transformed. The pilgrim doesn't curse the valley. He digs a well in it. And this is a Christian paradox, my friend. Suffering becomes a sacrament. Tears become springs. The highway of Zion are not paved with ease, but longing. They run through the heart, not the map. And every step taken in faith reshapes the terrain. The hardship often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destiny. And that's what C.S. Lewis said. Then we come down to the last section I want to deal with very quickly. A single day in your court is better than 1,000 anywhere else. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to live 1,000 lives in the homes of the wicked. This is not hyperbole, my friend. It's holy arithmetic. One moment in the presence of God outweighs a millennia of worldly pleasure. C.S. Lewis knew the allure of intellectual pride and worldly success, came to see that joy is not found in the acclamation of experiences, but in the alignment of our soul with our Maker. To be a doorkeeper in God's house is better than the feast in the tents of the wicked, because doorkeepers see the face of a king, and that face once glimpsed renders all other glories pale. For God is our sun and shield. He gives us grace and glory. The Lord will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. O Lord of heaven and his armies, what joy for those who trust in you. Here the Psalms gives us two symbols, a sun and a shield. The sun illuminates and the shield protects. God is both the revealer and the healer. He not only exposes our wounds, but he heals our wound. He guards us as we heal. He is the light that blinds, but he's also the shade that shelters, and he gives us what we need. To walk with God is to walk in paradox, where glory meets humility and justice kisses mercy. Christianity is not merely true, it is beautiful, and Psalm 84 sings of its beauty. So, with the pilgrims, we with hearts like the sparrow, we dig our wells in our valleys, and we walk the highway of pilgrims until we reach the courts of God. Oh God, our God, how wonderful are you in your presence. We long for our presence. And I'm going to finish up today with one of these old hymns that came over to America from England. And it's a song that just talks about God's amazing grace. These little travelers weren't there because they were deserved to be there. They were living there because of God's grace. Let's sing about a verse or two of this. Verse 3 says about the pilgrimage, to me, lead and grace will lead me home. Now may God's grace lead you home to his presence this night and forever. Amen. God bless you.